think banks should still do this collaboration, considering that it will take a while before they get value out of the fintech ideas?
Interesting question. And I think that is the dilemma that the banks face. There's actually a term for it, innovator's dilemma, right? So they are optimizing for profit for now, right? The CEO's bonus is dependent on how well they perform this quarter. Correct. And yet, things are changing so quickly. So how do they mix the two? And so if they do not collaborate, and I think for them it's a matter of life and death. If they optimize for profit today, they will be irrelevant 10 years from now. My son is 8 years old. He's a digital native. I can guarantee you that in 10 years' time, he will not know what a bank branch is, what a check is, what, he won't know any of that stuff. So I'm building a company for my son. And if the banks don't do that, I think they will be in trouble. Yes.
What we really need is regulations that will not stifle
innovation.
Innovation.
Correct.
Now, within the Nigerian space, we've seen situations where a fintech is trying to come up with a fantastic idea, and you get regulations from the likes of the CBN about certain requirements that need to be met.
Correct.
Most of the time, this affects a lot of fintech ideas, and I think that our regulators need to find a way to balance, this regulation so that we can sort of encourage fintech startups to grow within this space.
How can we solve the strategy problem of fintechs, banks, regulators, and the line? And I think that is very, very important. In my point of view, what we're witnessing now should be taken up from the very, very top. The next conference, we should have the president of Nigeria, the president of Uganda, the president of Kenya, all coming here to say that fintech is a strategy point for Africa because it has the potential to transform our entire economy as a country. As a continent, right? We missed the Industrial Revolution. We missed the information revolution. We cannot miss this revolution. And if we start to speak in silos, Access Bank, Eco Bank, Uganda, Nigeria, we will miss this revolution. And so I feel like we need to, from the very, very top, look at it as a strategic way to transform our economy.
From this panel session you had, can you share with us what should be the way forward? What are 2-3 key things that should be done to catalyze this whole process?
Okay. Thank you for that question. The 3 things that I think we need to do, one, before maybe I get started, is again to iterate the opportunity that we have, right? A big portion of our economy is excluded from formal finance and formal commerce. And technology gives all of us, banks, fintechs, governments, regulators, an opportunity to lift people out of poverty through technology. And so the 3 things that I think should happen is, one, have maybe we can start with national strategies, right, to make this happen, which can then go on to continental strategies. This is not going to happen by mistake. It has to come from the very, very top. 2 is, after we've strategized, bring all the stakeholders together to actually see how we can implement that strategy, right? Form working groups. I'm not an expert in that stuff, but form working groups to see how to make that happen. And 3, which has always been the weakness of Africa, is we're good at talking. Actually do it, right? Actually execute that strategy.